Hi, my butterflies. It's your girl, Asada Marie, and we are back with another prophetic word from the Lord. Okay, so in this word, the Lord wanted me to explain to you guys why He has me in the book of Enoch, and also why they took the Book of Enoch out of the Bible, right? And this is important specifically for people of the African diaspora, Black people, the people of the Bible. Okay, this is important for us, and that's why the Lord wanted me to highlight this. But I want you guys to really pay attention to the video. I'm going to put a bunch of facts that I found on the screen, as well as I'm going to tell you guys sources, credible sources. And so I was in prayer, and the Lord had me look up why they took the Book of Enoch out of the Bible. And that was the start of all of this. And then lo and behold, I get out of prayer and someone left a comment like that. So I didn't think of anything of it. Then I would say probably a day later, the Lord said that you have to explain to them why they took the Book of Enoch out of the Bible. And also why have you reading the Book of Enoch right now, right? So I'm going to get into that, guys. It's literally a helicopter, but this is my third time recording. The first time it was a helicopter flying over my head. The second time a dog, like a loose dog, just ran up to me. And so I'm here the third time recording it. So we're just going to go through, guys. Sorry about the noise, but we're going to get right into the word. Bear with me because it's a lot of facts, and everything that I'm stating I'm going to be putting on the screen for you guys to see as well. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. So I was in prayer, and then the Lord told me to look up why the Book of Enoch was taken out of the Bible. And from this search, I found that the Book of Enoch was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, and upon checking this site, where it says that the Book of Enoch was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and I'm going to put that on the screen. I also found that the Book of Psalms, which I was reading, which the Lord has me studying right now, also was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, so now the question becomes, if the Book of Psalms and the Book of Enoch were both found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, then why was the Book of Psalms deemed as a canonical biblical text, meaning that it was put in the King James Version Bible, right? But the Book of Enoch was not. So that was that was what I was getting. The Lord wanted me to figure out and find out, right? And so when I initially saw this information on study.com, I have it on the screen, right? When I initially saw this information, I did as I always do. I always ask the Lord, I say, God, is this true? If this is true, give me confirmation. And if this is not true, give me immediate confirmation, Lord. And usually in that moment, the Lord will give me a yes or a no. And sometimes he'll make me wait if he wants me to figure out something on my own and get a lesson from figuring something out. But for the most part, he tells me right then and there. So I immediately knew that this was true, right? Because I asked the Lord and he said yes. And so now the question becomes, why wasn't the Book of Enoch implemented into the King James Version? But we're going to go a little bit deeper, because I know some people may see that this site says .com and they may deem it as not credible, right? So I have a degree in English, right? And I think now that the Lord just had me get my degree in English for a number of things, but mostly so that I could read the Bible the way that he wanted me to, from a researcher standpoint. So a academic scholar would read that source, right, study.com, and they would say that it's not a credible source. I'm so sorry for the background noise, guys. Literally, the helicopter is flying over my head again. Okay, but a researcher or an academic scholar would say that that's not a credible source. So I'm going to give you guys a credible source that says the same thing, that says that the Book of Enoch and the Book of Psalms was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. And this source is titled, I'm going to put it on the screen as well. It's titled seascrolls.org, okay? deadseascrolls.org. Okay, but the actual name, if I'm getting it wrong, guys, I'm going to put the actual name on the screen if I'm getting it wrong, right? And I'm also going to put the clip from the website. And on this website, right, they have the Book of Enoch in a section called a parabiblical called parabiblical text, okay? And para means a piece or portion, right? And biblical is, of course, referencing the Bible, right? So anything that refers to the Bible is biblical, right? And so these texts in this section are pieces or portions of the Bible. By definition, they are pieces or portions of the Bible. But they on this specific website, they said that the Book of Enoch is a piece of the Bible, but it retells or expands or embellishes the Bible, right? That's what they have it defined as, right? And so right underneath that, we see they talk about the Book of Psalms. And you can go to the website yourselves, guys. Like I said, I'm going to put it on the screen. But they talk about Psalms, and they don't say that Psalms is embellished or expands on the truth of the Bible, right? They just say Psalms is Psalms. So we have to ask ourselves then, why are they forcing us to believe that these certain books are not true, that they are fiction, that they are embellished, right? When they were all found from the same sources as pieces of the Bible that we see in the King James Version today, right? Okay, so now we're going to go further into what the Lord had me find, right? So, the Lord wanted me to tell you guys that in the year of 2022, the Lord told me that the oldest Bible in the world is the Ethiopian Bible, right? So, of course, me, I love to research things. I look up everything. I actually like finding texts and finding like historical, things that prove things, right? So I looked up what is the oldest Bible in the world on Google, of course. Such a researcher, but no, seriously. I looked it up on Google, and on Wikipedia, it says that the oldest Bible is the Codex Sinaiticus. I hope I'm saying it right. Sinaiticus or Sinaiticus, right? That's what they have as the oldest Bible. And this work of text, right? This book, it comes from Greece, okay? It is a Greek Bible, and they're saying that this Bible is the oldest Bible, which makes no sense because the entire Bible took place on the continent of Africa. So that doesn't make sense, right? But anyways, I brought it back to the Lord, and I told the Lord that, they weren't, saying that it wasn't, they were saying that it was not the Ethiopian Bible, and, that could I have a little bit more confirmation. And the Lord told me flat out that it was a lie. That they were lying, and that the Ethiopian Bible was in fact the oldest Bible in the world, okay? And so I have a screenshot of something that is also backing that up. It is called the Orthodox Christian Laity, right? And it states that the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest complete Bible on earth. It says it includes the Book of Enoch, Esdras, Baruch, and all 3 books of Maccabee. These books were excommunicated from the King James Version source, okay? Why? That's what we want to know. Why, right? And also, just to give you guys more proof that they were taken out of, the sources that actually made the King James Version book, I'm going to insert the clip, right? But the Lord also wanted me to read to you guys the preface of the New King James Version. I have the New King James Version right now. I love the King James Version as well. I think the King James Version is the most poetic, and that's why I love it. But I'm here with the New King James Version, and I'm going to insert a picture of it. Okay, but the Lord wanted me to read this part to you guys from the preface of that book, and the picture should be up by now. Okay, so the Hebrew text used for the Old Testament is the 1967 Stuttgart edition of the Biblia Hebraica, with frequent comparisons to the Bamberg edition of 1524 to 25. Ancient versions and the Dead Sea Scrolls were consulted, but the Hebrew is follows wherever possible. Significant variations, explanations, and alternate renderings are mentioned in the footnotes. Okay, so right here, not only are they admitting that they consulted the Dead Sea Scroll, but they're also admitting that they made significant variations and alternate renderings. Okay, that means they made changes. In other words, they took things out, they put things in, which the Bible itself says that they were not supposed to do. Okay, and that's what the Lord is getting down to. That's the nitty-gritty of what the Lord wants us to recognize. Okay, now we're going to get into why. And I'm going to put proof on the screen. Guys, the Lord is just revealing this to me, and so I'm as shocked as you guys, right? I knew about the Book of Enoch, but I didn't know that it wasn't widely accepted, and I didn't know the reason why. And so the Lord is saying that this book, the Book of Enoch in particular, proves that humans in the world were black. It proves that the people of the Bible were black. Okay, I'm just gonna say, I cannot sugarcoat it. But that's why the Lord was saying that they took that book, that specific book, out, because there's a part of the text where Lamech, which is Enoch's grandson, he was having a child, and this child was Noah, right? Or he had this child, and the child came out with white skin and hair like wool, right? And with eyes that were beautiful. This is how he described him in the text. I'm putting the text on the screen, okay? You guys can pause it and read it for yourselves. But he is like taken aback because this baby comes out with white skin. And so what that tells us is that he said that the baby looked like no other humans, right, that were on the earth, but instead the baby looked like the angels. And first of all, we know what we can find out from this was that Noah was albino. Okay, he was albino. And then the second thing that we can find out is that all of the humans that were around Lamech, Enoch, and I think Methuselah was his son, I'm not sure, but all of the humans that were on the earth around them were black at that time. So it's further confirming that the people of the Bible were black. And this is the real reason why they excluded the Book of Enoch out of the Bible. And the Lord wanted me to make that clear. I'm also going to add more pictures of scriptures from that section so you guys can read it as well, but I'm going to put it in the description box, the exact scripture, so that you can go to it and read it for yourselves as well. But the Lord also told me, and I just want to end with this much, guys. He told me that they took the Book of Enoch out of the Bible and that he loved Enoch dearly. I don't know why the Lord has me reading this book at this time. I cannot tell you guys. I don't know, like, why the Lord wanted me to go through these things at this time. I do know that it is an important time for the people of the African diaspora, and it is a awakening that cannot be silenced. It cannot be delayed, right? This awakening that God is pushing for our people to have, black people, people of the African diaspora, people of the Bible, it requires us to know our history in full. And I'm guessing that that's a reason why the Lord had me go back to the Book of Enoch, because, guys, the stuff that I'm learning, it's amazing, right? Like, it's amazing. But yeah, so the Lord wanted me to tell you guys also that Enoch was a prophet, and that he loved Enoch. He loved Enoch's brain. He loved the way that he thought, and that he thought outside of the box. And also Enoch's ability to understand the spirit realm while functioning in the physical. God loved him. And so them taking out the Book of Enoch, the Lord won't approve of anything being taken out or added to the Bible. But that in particular, really, the Lord really does not like that. And he wants us to know that the Book of Enoch was, in fact, a part of the Bible. Also, I'm going to be including pictures of the Ethiopian Bible for you guys to look at as well. I love you guys. God loves you even more. Until next time.